Hey everyone, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all of you. How are you all better? I hope all are doing well. So, in last lecture, we have completed chapter number 1 from unit number 3. Now, we move on to the next chapter, and the second chapter is market segmentation. In your book on page number 91, you are be able to get this chapter number 2, market segmentation. Okay, so without wasting time, we'll start our lecture on market segmentation. Okay, so on your screen, the market segmentation is over there. In that, point number 1 is given that the market represents the group of customers having common characteristics, but it should be noted that the two customers are not same. આપણને ખબર છે કે માર્કેટ જે હોય છે એના આપણને કોમન લક્ષણો વિશે માહિતી છે જ કે જે જુદા જુદા બે ગ્રાહકો હોય તો એમના જે પ્રેફરન્સીસ છે એ ક્યારેય પણ સરખા હોતા નથી. દેર ઇઝ ઓલવેઝ ડિફરન્સ ઇન ધ નેચર, હેબિટ, હોબી, ઇન ધેર ઇન્કમ્સ એન્ડ ઓલ્સો ઇન ધેર મેથડ્સ ઓફ પરચેઝિંગ. એટલે કે જેટલા પણ ગ્રાહકો આવતા હોય છે એમના સ્વભાવ, આદતો, એમના શોખ, એમની આવક અને એમની જે ખરીદવાની પ્રેફરન્સીસ હોય છે એ દરેકે દરેક લોકોની કેવી જોવા મળે છે આપણને જુદી જુદી જોવા મળે છે. ઓકે, ઇન ધીસ સર્કમસ્ટન્સીસ ઇટ ઇઝ નોટ પોસિબલ ટુ સેટિસ્ફાય ઓલ ધ ટાઈપ ઓફ કસ્ટમર્સ. અને આવા સંજોગોમાં દરેકે દરેક ગ્રાહકને સંતુષ્ટ કરવા એ પોસિબલ થતું નથી. સો ઇટ ઇઝ નેસેસરી ટુ ડિવાઈડ ધેમ કન્સિડરિંગ ધ ડિફરન્ટ વ્યૂઝ. એટલા માટે જરૂરી છે કે તેમને શું કરી નાખવા? ભાગી નાખવા એટલે કે જુદા જુદા ભાગલામાં વહેંચી નાખવા. ઇન શોર્ટ, the concept of market segmentation was be adopted to enter in the market and satisfy the customer. એટલે કે શોર્ટમાં કહેવામાં આવે છે કે માર્કેટ સેગમેન્ટેશન એને એડોપ્ટ કરવામાં આવે છે ફોર વોટ? નથિંગ બટ ટુ સેટિસ્ફાય ઈચ એન્ડ એવરી સિંગલ કસ્ટમર્સ ઇન અ ડિફરન્ટ માર્કેટ. ઓકે, સો આ તમને બ્રીફ ઇન્ટ્રોડક્શન આપવામાં આવેલો હતો માર્કેટ સેગમેન્ટેશન માટેનું. દેન વી હેવ ગિવન ધ ડેફિનેશન ઓફ માર્કેટ સેગમેન્ટેશન. સો અકોર્ડિંગ ટુ ફિલિપ કોટલર, ખાસ નામ યાદ રાખજો, એક્ઝામમાં તમારે આ જ વ્યક્તિની ડેફિનેશન લખવાની છે. ઓકે, સો અકોર્ડિંગ ટુ ફિલિપ કોટલર, a market for a product or services is consist of two or more buyers. The market is capable of being segmented, that is divided into the meaningful buyers. આપણને ખબર છે કે માર્કેટ ફોર બાયર ઓર સર્વિસીસ કન્સિસ્ટ ઓફ ટુ ઓર મોર બાયર્સ. આપણને ખબર છે કે જ્યારે બજારની અંદર તમે જાઓ છો તો એઝ અ સેલર તમને ઘણા બધા ગ્રાહકો તમારી સામે જોવા મળે છે. અને આપણને એ પણ ખબર છે, એન્ડ વી ઓલ્સો નો દેટ નો બાયર્સ આર સેમ. કોઈ પણ બાયર એક જેવું હોતું નથી. સો માર્કેટ ઇઝ કેપેબલ ઓફ બિંગ સેગમેન્ટેડ. માર્કેટને તમે જુદા જુદા ભાગોમાં વહેંચી શકો છો ઇન ટુ મિનિંગફુલ બાયર ગ્રુપ, કે જેની અંદર તમને અલગ અલગ પ્રકારના ગ્રાહક વર્ગ મળી શકે. ધ પર્પઝ ઓફ સેગમેન્ટેશન ઇઝ ટુ ડિટરમાઇન ધ ડિફરન્સીસ અમંગ ધ બાયર્સ. અને સેગમેન્ટેશનનો મુખ્ય હેતુ શું હોય છે કે તમે જે ગ્રાહકો છે તેમને તેમના ચોઇસીસના અકોર્ડિંગ શું કરો છો? બાયફર્કેટ કરો છો. ઓકે, which may be consequences in choosing away them or marketing them, કે જેના અકોર્ડિંગ તમે શું કરી શકો છો? તેમને અલગથી અલગ બજારમાં ચૂઝ કરી શકો છો અને એમના માટે અલગથી માર્કેટિંગ પણ કરી શકો છો. ઓકે, સો આ ડેફિનેશન આપણને આપવામાં આવેલી છે કોના દ્વારા? પ્રોફેસર ઓર યુ કેન સે ધ મેનેજમેન્ટ એક્સપર્ટ ફિલિપ કોટલરના અકોર્ડિંગ. ઓકે, દેન ફ્રોમ ધ વ્યૂ પોઈન્ટ ઓફ અબાઉટ ડેફિનેશન ઇટ કેન બી સેડ દેટ, એટલે કે ઉપરની વ્યાખ્યાના આધારે આપણે કહી શકીએ છીએ. નંબર 1, માર્કેટ ઇઝ બેઝિકલી અ ગ્રુપ ઓફ કસ્ટમર. માર્કેટ એ શું છે? ગ્રુપ ઓફ કસ્ટમર છે. સેકન્ડ નંબર, કસ્ટમર ડિફર્સ ઇન ટર્મ્સ ઓફ their purchasing capacity, fashion, trend, quality, purchasing habit, needs, બાઇંગ મોટિવ્સ એક્સેટ્રા. ઓકે, તો દરેકે દરેક ગ્રાહક પોતાની ખરીદવાની શક્તિ, ફેશન, ટ્રેન્ડ, ક્વોન્ટિટી, પરચેઝિંગ હેબિટ દરેકે દ્વારા શું થઈ શકે છે? એકબીજા કરતાં જુદા સ્વરૂપે ત્વારી આવે છે. ઓકે, then next છે નંબર 3, group of customers can be influenced through the specific sales effort. Number 4, considering the age, sex, income, fashion, geographical area, prejudice, habits, marketing manager considers or marketing manager decides the whole market into different groups that you known as a segment. Okay, and the last one is considering the market segments, marketing manager frame marketing program and strategies. તો આ દરેક સેગમેન્ટને ધ્યાનમાં રાખીને જે માર્કેટિંગ મેનેજર હોય છે એ જુદા જુદા પ્રકારના માર્કેટિંગ પ્રોગ્રામ અને માર્કેટિંગ સ્ટ્રેટેજીસ બનાવતો હોય છે. ક્લિયર છે? સો ધીસ ઇઝ ઓલ અબાઉટ ધ મિનિંગ એન્ડ the differentiation of market segmentations. Okay, now what next? The next one is basis of market segmentation. તો જે બજાર બજારને તમે જોવો છો એને જુદા જુદા સેગમેન્ટ્સમાં બહાર પાડવામાં આવે છે. તો એ સેગમેન્ટ નોર્મલી તમને 4 વેમાં જોવા મળશે. સો આપેલું છે અકોર્ડિંગ ટુ ધ ફિલિપ કોટલર. યાદ રાખજો, ખાસ એક્ઝામમાં તમારે કયા વ્યક્તિનું નામ દેવાનું છે? અકોર્ડિંગ ટુ ફિલિપ કોટલર. The basis of market segmentation for the consumer product can be divided as under, and the first one is geographical base, second one is demographic base, third one is behavioristic base, and last one is psychographic base. Okay, one by one we'll see each and every single basis. Okay, so first we'll start with the geographical base. In that, number one is local market. As we all know what is local market. So the area book ની અંદર પેજ નંબર 92 ઉપર તમને આપવામાં આવેલું છે. In the book on page number 92 you have given this basis of market segmentation. In that, number one is local market. So in that, the area in which company is established is known as a local market. જે એરિયામાં કંપનીની સ્થાપના થઈ હોય એને આપણે local market કહીશું. And the scope of the working area of a company differ from the company to company. It is easy to make the contact with the customer in the local market. Okay, and as a result the work of sales distribution can be done very easily. Clear? The next one is urban market. So in that, it is said that the people living in the urban area desires to purchase the goods of a quality and fashion. They want various type of goods and luxurious goods. In the city market, cloth of a best quality, ornament, variety of a furniture and such other products are available. But villages cannot select for the sales of this product. Cities like Ahmedabad, Chennai, Mumbai, Kolkata, Delhi, Jaipur, Rajkot, Pune, etc. are selected as a urban market. Okay. The next one is rural market. So in that, there are some products which can be sold more in villages compared to the cities. For example, core clothes, then simple wooden furniture, then wooden cases, low quality of notebooks, utensils for the routine use, and such other products can be sold very easily in the rural market. Okay, for this, district centers and the neighboring villages should be selected. The next one is regional market. So in that, some products are sold in a different territories, such as a product having regional market. For example, high quality of ready-made garments, certain type of mixtures, Camlin pencils and colors, Nirma washing powder, and such other products are sold in Gujarat, Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh market. Clear? The next one is national market. So there are some products which are sold in the entire country, and so we can say that the such product have a national market. For example, Bata Shoes Company. Okay, then lamps of a Philips, then ceiling fans by Crompton, BPL televisions, Philips radio and transistor, Colgate toothpaste, Lux soap, Taj tea. Such products have the national market. Okay, and next one is international market. So in that, there are some products which are not sold only in the country, but they are sold in the foreign countries also, and these products are said to have international market. For example, HMT wristwatches, Hindustan Machine Tools new wristwatch, then woolen shawl of a Kashmir, Raymond shooting, Vimal shooting, gold and silver ornaments, sports goods, tea, rubber, and such other products have international market. Okay, and the last one is climate. So in that, environment plays an important role in the market segmentation. Climatic conditions is a major factor in the market segmentation. In the areas where there is a cold climate throughout the major part of the year, and where the winter is very severe, there will be the more demand for the woolen clothes. In the same way, there is a market for air conditioned machine in hot areas. In some places there is a mixture climate, and such as the market segmentation will be formed accordingly. Okay, so this is all about the geographical base. Then we move on to the point B, that is demographical base. In that point number one is so the point number one is age. So on page number 94 you are able to find out the point number one. In your book in Kumar Prakashan you will find the first point of demographical base is sex, but it is actually not given in the following table. Okay, in the same way point number 8 and 9, that is customs and marriage, also not given in your book. Okay, so whichever points are given over in your book, in that point number 2, that is age, number 3 size of family, number 4 income, number 5 life cycle of family, number 6 business and profession, number 7 education, number 8 religious and customs, that will be considered. Okay, so point number 7 and 8 are combined. Point number 9 marriages is not given over there. Okay, so keep this thing in your mind. So point number 1 we will continue, that is age, and in that point is given in your book page number 94. So in that, classification can be made on the basis of the age as under. For example, number 1 newborn child, then children's, then school going boys and girls, youngsters, aged person and retired person. So there can be the market segmentation as per the above classification. The requirement of a newborn child is different from that of the other children. Effective sales can be achieved if the requirement of a newborn child are sold at a particular prices. In the modern times we find such stores where people go to purchase for the requirement of their newborn child. Okay, in the same way school going boys and girls need stationery and books, they go to the such store where these things are available. There are also stores for selling the uniform for the schools. It is convenient for them to purchase from a such store. In the same way the youngster and aged person buy their requirement from the particular market. Okay, so this is all about the age. Then point number 2 is size of a family. So in that, people purchasing goods and the article according to the requirement, and number of a person in the family also decides the quantity, or you can say the quality of a product or the number of article to be purchased. In the family where there are 2 or 3 persons, the requirement will be limited and there will be more demand of a product in a small packages. In the same way, the member of a large family will prefer purchase in a bulk. Okay, then next one is income of a person. Okay, so in that, from the viewpoint of market segmentation can be made into groups, that is lower income groups and the higher income groups. Majority of a people belonging to lower income groups and will spend their income on the satisfying their primary needs. They do not demand the luxurious product. The people belonging to the higher income group will demand goods of a higher quality as well as the goods of a luxuries. Taking this aspect into consideration, textile manufacturing company produces the cloth of a medium quality as well as the super fine quality. The Bata shoes company puts in the market shoes for the middle and the higher middle class people. The purchasing capacity of a customers depends upon his income, and taking into consideration the various factors pertaining in the market functioning, market segmentation made on the basis of income proves very useful. Okay, next one is family life cycle. So in that, the life cycle of a family plays an important role in the market segmentation. The age of different members of the family, their approaches to the life, their maturity, customs and their standard of living are included in the life cycle. The requirement of the newly married couple will be different from those of the age member of a family. In the same way, the requirement of the old member will be different from those of the young members of the family. In short, the market segmentation done on the basis of the life cycle of the family is very useful. In the same way, we should not forget that the life cycle of the family goes on changing. Okay, clear? Then next one is business and profession. So in that, there are various means of livelihood. There are people who maintain themselves by rendering the services. In the same way, there are businessmen, farmers, laborers, and the person engaged in the different profession. Keeping in mind the various kinds of the means of livelihood, market segmentation can be made. The requirement of a services class people are different from those of the businessmen and the industrialists. The person engaged in the services will be satisfied with the cycles, mopeds, or scooter, while the businessman and the industrialist will require cars for going from one place to another place. The doctors, advocates will also require the cars to maintain their status and the dignity of their profession. Okay, and the next one is education. So in that, on a page number 95, the point number 7, that is education, is given over there. In the society, there are educated person as well as the illiterate person too. Market segmentation can be made on the basis of education. This sort of segmentation will be helpful for business in the stationery and the books. Okay, and the last one is that religions and custom, that you means point number 7, 8, both are combinedly given in your book. Okay, so different people believes that the different religions, people having faith in one religion have a particular style of living. Their way of wearing the clothes are different from that of the people belonging to the other religion. The religious customs observed by the Hindus are different from those of the Muslim, Christian, Parsis, and Sikhs. Moreover, certain traditions observed in the village are different from those of the observed in the cities. In every religion, there is a different system of marriage celebration. All these factors affect the market segmentation, and the demand of each groups are different from those of the others. So the market segmentation take place accordingly. Okay, clear? So point up to the point number 8, everything is given. But in your book also one another point is given, that is sex, that you have to read on your own. And point number 9 is not over there, so you just need to you just don't need to look at that point number 9. Okay, now we move on to the point number C, that is behavioristic base. So this behavioristic base point also given on your page number 95. In that point number 1 is faith in a manufacturer. Okay, so in that, when a particular product of a manufacturer becomes famous and the popular, people begin to trust on any product of that company. In the beginning, Bajaj company introduced the electrical bulbs, and day by day the bulbs become popular. Then the company introduced fan, iron, scooter, and other products, and all these products have become popular and people purchases because they have faith in the quality of a product of the Bajaj company. Okay, similar example of the other companies can be cited also. Then number 2 is faith in a product. So in that, when the consumers are satisfied with the use of the particular product, they never demand for the any other product. Those who are habituated to use the Colgate toothpaste will never demand for any other paste made by the other company. For example, this type can be given from one practices, practical and experience. Okay, the next one is importance of place. So in that, there are people who insist on purchasing of certain things from the certain place. In the same way, market segmentation can be made from this viewpoint also. It is for this reason that there is a development of certain types of industries in the particular places. Consumer would like to purchase the woolen clothes from the Ludhiana, shawl from the Kashmir, crockery item from the Than, and wall cloth from the Morbi, silk sari from the Banaras, and shoes from the Kanpur, and so on. Okay, next one is rate of consumption. So every customer does not make use of a product at the same rate. Some customer use certain product permanently, while some customer use this product occasionally. Some customers always use scent, while some use only it on a some occasion. Some customer make use of a perfumes only on the marriages and on other occasions. Okay. Next one is festivals or ceremonies. So in that, the demand for a certain product increases on the special function and festivals and ceremonies. During the marriage season, the demand of the cloth, gold and silver ornament, articles of gift, utensils, sweets, etc. increases. The demand of flower for decoration also increase during the season. Market segmentation can be made accordingly to the celebration of the various occasions like birthday celebration, marriage celebration, then silver jubilee celebration of a life of a person. Demand of the various product increases during the festivals like Raksha Bandhan, Janmashtami, Dashera, Diwali, Makar Sankranti, Ganesh Chaturthi, Paryushan and such other festivals. Okay. Next one is status as a customer. So consumer make the use of product, but all the customer do not always make the same use of product. From this viewpoint, consumer can be divided into the separate status of a group as under. In that, number one is consumer who have never used the product. Number two, consumer who have used the product in the past. Number three, consumer who are likely to use product in a future. Number four, consumer who make the use of product permanently. And number five, consumer who are going to make the use of product for the first time. And taking above all the status of group of into consideration, producer can make the appeal to them through the advertisement. Clear? The next one is benefit of products. So in that, market segmentation can be made on the basis of benefit derived from the product. Manufacturer of a soap gives benefit to the customer on the purchase of the soap and powder. In the same way, manufacturers of a various product attract the customer to buy their product and get the various gift. The customer purchases the product for a definite purpose. Some customer purchasing Lifebuoy soap for protection and the good health, and some customer purchases Lux soap for becoming fair. In the same way, customer make the use of washing powder from which they derive the maximum satisfaction and benefit of gift scheme. Okay, next one is consumers eagerness is given over there, and in on your screen you will be able to see intensity for purchase. So intensity or eagerness both are similar. Okay, so don't get confused in point number 8. Both point are same. You can say the intensity for a purchase and consumer's eagerness both are same. Okay, so classification of customer can be made on the viewpoint of customer's eagerness to purchase the product. This classification can be made as under. In that, number 1, customer not aware of a product, customer aware of a product, customer નથી, consumer છે, ધ્યાન આપજો. Consumer not aware of a product, consumer aware of a product, consumer intending to purchase the product, and consumer purchase the product in a future. By making classification of this type, consumer regarding the purchase of product can be derived into the purchase of product. In the same way, those who are unaware of a product can be made aware through the advertisement and other means of publicity. Further, the consumer who are to purchase in a future can made to purchase the in a present. In this way, segmentation done from the viewpoint of helpful. The next one is supply of goods. Point number 9. Sometimes there is a more supply of goods, while at the time there may be less supply of goods. When there is a more supply of goods, the market is said to be in a surplus, and when there is a less supply of goods, the market is said to be in a scarcity of a supply. On the basis of this type of segmentation, market strategies can be arranged in a such a manner that the goods from the market where the supply is surplus can be transported to the market where there is a scarcity of goods. Okay, and the last one is attitude, or you can say the trends of consumer. Okay, so confused na thata. Point number 10 in your chart, Point number 10 is given that as a attitude, but in the explanation it is written as a trends of a consumer. Both are the same, okay, not a difference. So in that, on page number 97, the expectation of one customer is different from those of another. In the same way, the mental capacity of customers are different, the trends is different of customer and not same. The classification of the customer is on the basis can be made as under number 1, consumer having negative trends, consumer having positive trend, consumer, or you can say the customer, having the more normal needs, customer having the opposite trends, and the customer having ideal trends. Taking into consideration, the market segmentation can be made on this basis, and market strategies should be formulated in such a way that the customer can come to know about the special characteristics and the benefits of the product. And by arranging this sort of strategies, customers having negative trend can be made positive trend. Okay, so this is all about the behavioristic basis. What next? The next one is point D, that is psychographical base. In that, number 1 is personality. So on page number 97, you have given the psychographic base, and in personality, man's personality affect his purchasing power. Business executive prefer to live in a bungalows with the latest furniture. When they go on the business tours, they stay in a luxurious hotel. They move in a prestigious cars and put on the costly coat. In the same way, the person belonging to middle class purchases according to his income. In short, every person tries to purchase according to his nature as well as the approach to life. Okay, next one is lifestyle. Lifestyle of one person differ from that of other. Market segmentation can be made from this viewpoint as under: number 1, person living a simple life. Number 2, person living traditional life. Number 3, person living modern life. And number 4, person living according to the Western style. So person living in a traditional life will live according to the old tradition. They will make use of traditional things in their day-to-day life. For example, Dantamanjan, homemade hair oil, etc. While the person living the modern life will purchase from the market goods which suits their way of life. Education also plays important role in molding man's lifestyle. Okay. Number 3 is social status. Market segmentation can be made according to the social status, and the status of a doctor differ from those of the businessman or a government servant. The status of a professor is higher and of the teacher or other class of serving people. However, it is difficult to decide about the status of a person in a society. The respect is given to the particular person from the society helps to deciding the status of a person. Okay, and number 4 is economic status. So in this, we all know there are mainly 5 types of economical status, that is wealthy people, then number 2 is higher middle class people, then number 3 is middle class people, number 4 lower middle class people, and last one is poor people. So according to that economical status, each and every single person will try to get the maximum return on their investment. Okay, so this is all about the market segmentations basis. ઓકે, ક્લિયર છે? તો અહીંયા તમને અહીંયા આટલા બેઝિસ આપવામાં આવેલા છે. ઓકે, ઇઝી છે એટલા માટે અત્યારે મેં ગુજરાતીમાં કોઈ પણ વસ્તુ એક્સપ્લેન કરેલી નથી. ઓલ ઇઝ ગિવન ઇન યોર બુક્સ એન્ડ ઇટ ઇઝ એક્સપ્લેન્ડ ઇન અ વેરી ઇઝી લેંગ્વેજ ટુ. ઓકે, સો અહીંયા જે બેઝિસ ઓફ માર્કેટ સેગમેન્ટેશન આપવામાં આવેલા હતા તે પૂરા થાય છે. સો નાવ વોટ નેક્સ્ટ? સો ધ નેક્સ્ટ વન ઇઝ એડવાન્ટેજીસ, ઓર યુ કેન સે ધ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્સ ઓફ માર્કેટ સેગમેન્ટેશન. So each and every single point are given over there in your book. On page number 98, you'll be able to see in video on screen is only point. For detail, you have to put book along with you. So in that, point number 1 is guideline for marketing strategies. So in that you have written that market segmentation is the barometer for the marketing strategy and the choices of a target marketing strategies. Marketing programs can be framed in accordance with the customer's responses. Okay, number 2 is awareness of marketing opportunities. So in that, it is due to the market segmentation that one can have an idea of a market opportunity. At the same time, one can know the comparison in which market there is a better opportunity for selling the product. Okay. Next one is profitability. There are different types of a customer in the market. By getting information about the requirements, choices, taste and habit, it will be possible to make the planning about the products of a goods as per the requirement. When these products are placed in the market, there is a bound to be increase in the profitability of a company. Okay. Next one is benefit to the customers. Due to segmentation, customers are able to get the product as per their needs. Even a customer desiring to pay less price gets the product of a good quality. In the same way, a customer desiring to get the goods of a higher quality is able to get the goods of a high quality at a reasonable price. The customer satisfaction regarding the product is due to the segmentation of a market. In absence of market segmentation, it is difficult to give the satisfaction through the one type of product to the different types of a customer having different tastes and choice. Okay. Next one is packing according to the requirement. So in that, different customer purchases the product in a different bulk. For example, purchase of a tea in the packing of 100 gram, 250 gram, 500 gram, 1 kg and 2 kg. Similarly, the Colgate is available in 50 gram, 100 gram, 150 gram, 200 gram. Then ghee and edible oil are also available in the packing of a different weight. With the help of market segmentation, goods can be sold in a different packing also. Okay. Next one is benefits to the society and nation. So in that, it is because of the market segmentation that the various types of product comes into the existence by the research and innovation. In the same way, the market segmentation gives the scope for the research and development in the society, and as a result, there is a economic development of a nation as a whole. Next one is coordination of a product and needs. So the planning for the various products can be made as per the needs of a customer having the different taste and choice. In the same way, by undergoing the production, the different product, it is possible to give the satisfaction to more and the more customer. For example, special type of toilet soap, body spray, hair oil can be made for produced for the ladies, for gents and for children's also. Okay. Next one is expert in the organization. So on page number 99, you have given the point number 8, that is expert in a organization. For market segmentation on the basis of existence from the expert can be taken. For this purpose, type of a customer, producer, units of a competitor are taken into consideration. In this way, advice of specialist in the organization will be helpful very much. Okay. Then number 9 is maximum use of resources. So by taking care of the needs of all type of customer through the market segmentation and arranging the production activity accordingly, the maximum use of resources can be made. The companies manufacturing ready-made garment prepares garment on the basis of market segmentation. They prepare the garment for the children's, males and females. Such companies are able to make the sales of their product very easily. In the same time, these companies are able to make the maximum use of their resources too. Okay. Next one is small unit. Normally, it is difficult for small unit to remain in the existence with the large scale of industries, but through the market segmentation, if the means of production are engaged in the particular class of a product, the small unit can remain in existence and do not have any competition with the large scale industry, and so far as that product is concerned. Next one is flexibility in the market. So the activity of a marketing are made up of various functions. This function can be followed uniformly because the changes taking place in the customer's habit, taste and fashion will go on and on and on. The organizers comes in the contact with the consumer directly or indirectly through the market segmentation, and such as and as such they are able to get an idea of changing demand of a customer, and as a result timely changes can be made into the market segmentation. Thus the flexibility in the marketing is necessary in order to consumers satisfaction. Okay, and the last one is financial decisions. So in that it is possible to carry on any business activity without the finance. Due to the market segmentation it is possible to know about the requirements of the customers, and this will help in the making estimation for working of a fixed capital with reference to consumers requirement. Okay, so this all about the advantages, or you can say the importance of a market segmentation is given over here in your book. Okay, then what is next? The next one is target market, the important point oftenly asked in your internal and university examination. So first of all we'll see the meaning of target market. So in that, the market is divided into the different divisions looking to the average of income people needs and the people's when the market is planning and making marketing strategy are arranged keeping in one of the this division in the view is known as a target market. Again I'm gonna read this. The market is divided into the different divisions looking to the average income places needs of a people when the market is planning, when the market planning and the marketing strategies are arranged keeping in one of these division in the view, it is known as a ટાર્ગેટ માર્કેટ. તો એવા પ્રકારનું માર્કેટ કે જેની અંદર તમે જુદા જુદા લોકોની ઇન્કમ ગ્રુપ, એના પ્રેફરન્સીસ, એના અકોર્ડિંગ જેટલા પણ તમને ડિફરન્ટ બેઝિસ આપેલા છે તો એ ડિફરન્ટ બેઝિસમાંથી કોઈ એક બેઝને તમે સિલેક્ટ કરો છો અને ફક્ત ને ફક્ત એ જ વસ્તુનું ઉત્પાદન કરીને વેચાણ કરો છો તો ઇટ વિલ બી નોન એઝ અ ટાર્ગેટ માર્કેટ. ક્લિયર? થસ ધ ડિવિઝન ઓફ માર્કેટ ઇઝ નેસેસરી ફોર અ ટાર્ગેટ માર્કેટ. ક્લિયર? Then we have given the procedure of selection target market. So one thing you have to understood is that there are only 5 points. Okay, point number 6, 7 and 8 on your screen you will be able to see are the sub point of point number 5. So there is not point number 6, 7 and 8, they are the sub point of point number 5. Clear? Okay, so we'll start one by one, each and every single explanation will be there. So number 1 is market segmentation. In your book on page number 100 you have given this point. So in that, target market means to concentrate the attention on some segment, or you can say the division or class of the market. For this, first of all, market should be divided into the different segment, and generally a division made by the considering the age, purchasing habits, fashion, place, unsatisfied want, educations, beliefs, etc. is more useful for the production manager and marketing strategy. Okay, then number 2 is to determine the importance of segment in the market. So in that, after dividing the market, the importance of each segment should be decided, and for this matter, like the number of customers in each segment, chances of future development, number of competitors in the segment, possibility of competition, researches, changing fashion, etc. are considered. And at the time of getting the idea which segment is possess the comparatively more importance for the marketing, the success of the product in each segment and the failure are also estimated. Clear? Then point number 3 is study of competitors product. So it is not that in the market there are only customer. In the reality, if the target market is selected without studying the competitor, the chances of failure increases. So before selecting the target market, the matters like what is the type of product of a competitor, what is its price, for which segment the market is convenient and for which it is not, which wants of customers are not satisfied by it, what are the complaints of the customer about the competitors, etc. are to be studied. Okay, next one is selection of prospective section of market. So in that, after studying the various segments of a market and the competitors, the segment in which there is a comparatively more customer and less competitors, and the need of a customer are not satisfied is selected as a target market, and as a result all the efforts are marketing are to be concentrated on the target market. The possibility about it are to be considered. In the present time, the segment in which there is a facility of creating customer, maintaining them and potential customer are considered to be the best as the target market. Okay, and the last one is product planning and arrangement of marketing strategy. So in that, after selecting the target market, production planning is done keeping in view the needs of a customer of that segment, their fashion, purchasing power, and product development scheme is undertaken by making the changes in the existing product according to them. The management of a target market adopt the following strategy. So totally three different strategies are there. In that, number one is market undifferentiated marketing, then concentrated marketing, and last one is differentiated marketing. So one by one we'll see. You have given three circles over there. This is number one, this is number two, and this is number three. In the first one there is this kind of design is given over there, and then in a second one this kind of design is given over there, and in the last one you will be able to see that are each and every single point you have given different kinds of designs. Okay, so number one is this undifferentiated marketing, and number two is this concentrated marketing, and number three is this, that is differentiated marketing. Okay, so look into your book on page number 101. You have given this information. Number one is undifferentiated marketing. A firm sometimes decide to put its product in a market as a one market only and without thinking of the market division. Thus, if the firm keeps uniform quality of a product and other physical aspect to satisfy the needs of a customer. Okay, sorry, little bit disturbance over there. Again back to your book. Okay, again read karo chu. The firm sometimes decide to put its product in a market as a one market without the thinking of about the market division. Thus, if the firm keeps uniform quality of the product and the other special aspect to satisfy the needs as the many customer are possible is known as a undifferentiated marketing. Okay, for example, Tata company launched the Tata Namak for all the people. Then Coca-Cola company sells their soft drink in different bottles with the similar taste, and last one is water filter. Okay, so this is known as a undifferentiated marketing. The number two is concentrated marketing. So in that, when a firm produces a product of a special type which can be satisfy the need of a definite class of customer and the places in the market, it is known as a concentrated marketing. For example, the General Motor of America try to produce the cars convenient for the use and the personality of a person. Then Oil Mills produces the double filter oil for the customer insisted on good quality. Okay, so these kind of examples are given over there in your book for concentrated marketing. Okay, and the last one is differentiated marketing. So in differentiated marketing on page number 102, some firms think of a third alternative also. They produces and sells different product processing different characteristics and the physical qualities according to the needs or the selection of a different groups or section of the customer, which is known as a differentiated marketing. Okay, there are many illustration of a differentiated marketing. For example, a fan manufacturing company manufactures the sale of a table fan. On the same time, they also producing and selling the ceiling fan, wall fan, exhaust fan, etc. So the main thing is fan, but the all type of fans are covered over there in differentiated marketing. Okay, so this is all about your target market. Okay, so આટલું જ તમને આપવામાં આવેલું છે ટાર્ગેટ માર્કેટ વિશે. ઓકે, ડિટેલમાં પણ ઘણી વસ્તુ તમને થિયરીમાં આપવામાં આવેલી છે. એક વખત શાંતિથી વાંચજો બુકની અંદર. એમાં કોઈ ડાઉટ હોય, ક્વેશ્ચન ક્વેરી હોય તો કમેન્ટ બોક્સમાં કમેન્ટ કરીને જણાવી શકો છો. ઓકે, સો ધીસ ઇઝ ઓલ અબાઉટ યોર યુનિટ નંબર 3 એન્ડ ચેપ્ટર નંબર 2. તો અહીંયા તમારું યુનિટ નંબર 3 નું ચેપ્ટર નંબર 2 પૂરું થાય છે. ઓકે, so this is all by my side. If you have any kind of doubts on question query about your subject FMM chapter number 2 unit number 2 and 3, please let me come to know as soon as possible. I will try to catch you back. Okay, so see you all in the next lecture in the next semester. Till then, bye bye and take care everyone. Have a great day and best of luck for your examinations.